So this here is going to be my future shop. It's kind of why I haven't been making videos here lately. Kind of been working on this thing. All I've done so far is we had a bunch of just trash and junk all under here. The inside got a little room over here. My grandfather used to load, I think reload bullets and stuff in there years ago. So it's been kind of going through the whole building, cleaning all the trash out, and we've got it pretty much clean. I'm gonna do a walk around, kind of show more in depth of the building, kind of my future plans of what I would like to do. But yeah, still got some more cleaning got to do, and then once the cleaning's all done, it'll be time to start actually framing and, you know, making it how I want it to be. So this open spot here, the dirt floor in it right now. I plan on pouring a concrete slab, walling this up. The back wall years ago had a tractor, kind of ran into the back wall, and you'll see it when we walk around the back side. So it pushed that wall out. So got to fix the back wall, gonna wall this side up, gonna frame up the front, put a roll-up door, like I said, concrete slab. This will kind of be my temporary, for maybe the next couple years or so, shop where I'll be able to work. Because right now I have to work out in my yard. I don't really have anywhere to work on vehicles out of the weather. So this is what I'm gonna turn this into. And then the other side, which is already a room, me and my wife kind of want to make a home gym, so we're gonna turn that into a gym. And the other end, because I like doing music, we're gonna turn that into like a studio. So that's kind of the whole idea of what I'm gonna turn this into. And I'm gonna try to actually film this and keep up with it. Gotta start doing better, so I'm gonna try to actually keep everyone up to date and let y'all follow along with this whole project, because it's gonna be a big project. But yeah, let's walk around and I'll show you more in depth of everything, show you the room, and just kind of show you the outside of the building and the whole layout. And then the other side of this be where hopefully I'm gonna build my future shop, and I'll show y'all that here in a second. All right, so since we're kind of on this side, let's see, I think a side view will show y'all what issues it's got and what I've got to address and fix. But you can see here, you can see this ridge line. You'll notice it's a whole lot lower right here in the middle. So all these poles I think were just temporarily put in because it was falling down. There used to be a tree, which like I said, I've just been kind of cleaning the place up. Still got to pull all the stumps up, but this tree right here actually had grown in. You can see on the metal where it's all smashed. The tree was grown in and actually, I think, holding this up. So these were all temporary poles that were put in because it was falling apart. So I've got to fix this ridge line, raise it all back up, get everything back to level and square. So that's the outside of this side of the building. And then up in here, you can see it's a dirt floor. This room is already on concrete pillars, which is going to be really good. And then you can see here, this is an addition that was made, and you'll see when we go in that room. So I'm gonna probably most likely have to redo this section of the floor to make it all match real good with that side. We used to have, I'll go ahead and just open it up. We built this years ago, keeping our four-wheelers. We'd park our four-wheelers up in here. We used to have a ramp built right here, and we would drive the four-wheelers up in here and then just kind of pull them all in there. So all this, I mean, you can see everything's not square. Everything is the whole ridge line here on this end of the building is the worst part of the building, but all this is coming down, or definitely sinking. Right here, you can see with a tractor, somebody had ran our tractor all the way, tractor trailer, nobody really remembers what it was, but you can see there, maybe see a little better to see how the whole wall is kicked out. So it's, the back wall's got to be replaced. All this, probably from this header right here down, I'll have to replace all this, which all this metal, everything's gonna have to be, you know, I don't want anything to leak. I want to make it a shop, make it a studio. Then like I said, we're gonna have to obviously frame this outside wall up, redo it. Most likely that whole wall, this whole wall, and this whole wall that doesn't even exist. It's gonna have to have 3 walls so I can do my garage door. And then I'm gonna make all these old braces. I'm gonna cut all them out. I'm gonna reinforce everything with pipe 2x6s, and that way I can have a high ceiling, have a lift, a hoist, whatever I need, kind of have a high ceiling in it. And then this room here, you can see already this floor is very solid. It's like almost like the wood they use in the bottom of like rail cars. It's very heavy duty, very durable. I'm just gonna probably just lay that or overlay it with OSB, kind of do my new floor. And that end we're gonna make our gym, and then this end we're planning on making the studio. But I mean, you have a floor there, a different floor there, and a different floor here. So probably all the way back to that floor up there. I have to redo all this floor, and then same thing from all the years of storage and just generations of clutter that was stored in this building. All this, same thing, plan on taking all this out, having the vaulted gable ceiling. So you have a big wall over here on this side for like a green screen with a studio. I'm also a drummer. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. So I like music. I'm big into music, and I want a place to set my drums up, maybe do some drum stuff in the future if I'd like to. So that's what the whole studio is going to be for. And for filming and editing videos, it's just nice to have a place to go, set up, and just set up. And it's easy to just, you know, go to work, not have to drag everything out like I do right now in the house. So that's kind of the whole studio part. And then the gym, my wife and me both, we want a home gym. Our house is actually right over there. This is all on our family land here. This is an old barn that we just use for just storing, you can see, old fall ornaments, an old organ. We've already cleaned. This whole room was actually like this corner right here, just the whole room. And we've already cleaned a lot of this, burned a lot of stuff out. This table and all this, you can see in here, my grandfather used to reload shelves. So I got to go through all this, get all this stuff out of here. And the whole point of me kind of even starting off with a video at this stage is I just finally got electricity out here. There was no electricity out here. So let's walk around. I had the electric company come out, I think about a week ago, and they just set me my own brand new pole. And they were actually going to jump off of this pole and use that transformer, but they ended up go ahead and they actually ate the cost on that transformer because the surveying or engineering, wherever they figured out, had messed up a little bit. The original pole was going to be somewhere more over here, which is not really what I want, because this is he's actually my great uncle. This is his property. We're all family, but this is his property, and his property line is about 5 foot off this building and then runs straight this way. And the pole is going to be on his land, and I kind of wanted to keep it more on my parents' land, and then this is going to be our land over here. So it ended up working out. They ate the cost, so I got my own brand new transformer, got my own service pole put in, and they gave me my meter pole. So they've got everything set up, and this is all temporary here, just to get me power to the building. I just ran me one, you can see, just put the little breaker in here, just a little 20 amp breaker, and just ran me one little just a double 110 plug outlet over there for running tools, power tools, my lights, because I have no lights in the building yet. And then eventually in the future, this will all be ran underground into the building for 220 for the welder and the lift, everything else I'm going to do. But just for get me going, to get the place cleaned up and start working, we just kind of made a construction, I guess you'd say construction line, wherever you want to do it, just to get you working. But that's not staying like that. It's all gonna be ran underground like I did my house, and just done the right way. But it's got old tin on top. Probably gonna my grandfather, which he's very, I don't know, he's very sarcastic in a lot of things, even though sometimes I think he's actually serious. But he says this tin doesn't leak, but I don't want to take no chances, so we'll most likely have a brand new roof on it, just like I put the metal roof on my house over there. So we'll probably do brand new metal on the roof, and I'll probably incorporate a lot of this tin in my shop, studio, just around here. But oh, and to give y'all an even better glimpse of what this room actually looked like, this side and this side. Now I did have the Coleman Swap square body. I did keep it under here, but I could only keep it to a certain point of about, it's literally about where this room was. It would fit just perfect in here, out of the weather. And all this back was just, clutter, stacked up, junk, just junk. And this is actually good stuff that we went through, and I've got to move all this over to it's an old chicken house, but it's the same thing this barn was. It's just storage. But I'll show you on here and show y'all an idea of what this looked like. See all this just junk. Well, most of it, 90% of it is junk, 10% of it's actually good stuff. Same thing, just junk. Old John Deere tractor, I think I've shown that before. I got the old 55 Ford in here, that's gonna be a future project. Got my old boat in here, lawnmowers, old fertilizer trailers out there. Got another four-wheeler back there. It's just 2 4-wheelers back there that I gotta work on. All our tractor implements are outside. It's just where everything goes to die, you could almost say, was the barn and this chicken house. So there's kind of a front view of it. It's a 28, I think we measured 28 by 28 is the overall, which I'm probably gonna make it a little bit bigger, since I am gonna have to do brand new walls all on the, I guess you say, shop side, the studio side, and shop side. So on the shop side, I'm gonna do pretty much brand new walls. So I'll probably extend it out, because like I said, property line is about 5 foot over here. So I may give myself, if I got to do a new roof on it, I can make the little roof line come out even more. A shop, you can always, you can never have enough room in a shop. So, but 28 by 28 is kind of what it is right now, as it sits. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do, before we get diving off and cutting stuff out and replacing stuff and start framing and actually working on it, kind of wanted to get just a look of it before we start changing it. I wish I could have got a look with all the junk in it, but I figured I'd spare the boredom and the headache of all that we had to go through. And we still got a lot we got to do. Like a lot of this I got to take, I guess, try to find a spot over there for it. This old generator, same thing. And then I still got a bunch of clutter, junk that we're pulling out from just every corner in this building. Got to, like I said, go through all this still, get all this out of here, and just nothing but work. That's all it is. But I also like improving stuff and feel like you're bettering, like, I guess, well, this is our family land, so it's nice to know that you're investing in it and you're bettering, I guess, just making the land that much more valuable. Maybe not, hardly any at all, but you can at least appreciate what you have more when it's nice and taken care of, versus just, building should have just been burned down with everything in it, to be honest. So yeah, we're gonna try to save it. My great grandfather, I think, a little backstory to it, he actually, I think, built this. He bought this land, I don't know when, but it was years and years and years and years ago. We've had this land for generations. I think all the way to my great grandfather. So it'd be like 4 or 5 generations now that we've had this land, because I do have a little boy. So it's 4 or 5 generations we've had this land, and he built this, I think, originally. So it's just kind of nice to try to save this, and I think it can be saved, and I think it turned out to be really nice. I have in my head, I have what I imagine it being like, and it's really, really nice. So now we just got to actually make it reality. So, but yeah, that's been kind of slacking on my videos lately, and this is kind of part of it. Kind of put a lot of focus into this. It's hard to just keep working on the truck, the other truck. We also got that 2020 Ranger not long ago to mainly help with working, doing stuff like this. And on this land we have about 30 acres, so it's just nice to, it's just we've always had four-wheelers around here. It's real nice to have that side by side now, dump bed on it and everything. So, but yeah, like I said, it's hard to work on any of the stuff we have around here, tractors, trucks, cars, toys, whatever, when you don't really have a shop to work on anything. You have to work on anything out in the yard or just outside. So hopefully this is what is going to turn this into on this side and really help out. And plus, I've always wanted a shop. So, oh, and I almost forgot, been talking for I don't know how long now, but just kind of want to fill everybody in on this, why I've been kind of haven't made videos lately. And this should help me start making a lot of videos. I'm gonna try to start getting at least, I ain't gonna say one a week. I'd love to make, you know, meet that goal, but at least maybe one every couple weeks. But on this side here, since I said the property line is on that side, this side here, I'm actually planning on, the reason why I had that meter pole set where it is, I'm planning on, this is 28 foot, and I'm planning on adding about another 10, 12 foot this way, and then run out this way, 40 foot, go that way, 30 foot, and then, no, I'm doing it wrong, my bad. 40 foot this way, 30 foot this way, 40 foot that way, 30 foot that way. So it'll be a 40 by 30 brand new shop. Used to be a tree here, we already cut it down. This is where we've been burning a lot of the junk. We're gonna dig all this up, redo the fountain, you know, have the foundation done. Hopefully we're gonna do the form, all the rebar, and then we'll have concrete come out here and be poured, do a concrete slab, and have me a 40 by 30 brand new shop here. That's in a few, hopefully 2-3 years. I'm gonna try to get use out of this, you know, that I can do this a whole lot cheaper than a brand new building. So the goal is right now, work on this, get this nice, and then the whole plan in the future is, I set this here for a reason, is to have the brand new shop here, brand new concrete slab, you know, 2 big roll-up doors, and then I'll still have the other shop on the other side for storing stuff or paint booth. You know, my dad mentioned I could be the paint booth because this is bed lined or rhino lined, excuse me, and I really want a 2-tone paint job on it, and I've never painted. My dad has a little experience with spraying and stuff, so, and that truck is, I don't mind experimenting with it. My old little single cab, my little 99 single cab, what mine, I mean, it's just my daily driver beater truck, so I ain't worried about messing up on it. So it could be my little guinea pig. But in the future, this could become the spray booth or just another shop, and the new shop's over there. But that's future, that's 2-3 years, hopefully. But right now, this is the goal, and this is what we're gonna work towards. So just, again, kind of want to get an intro video to this of why I'm doing this and what's going on. And pretty much, I may try to film some more, but it's mainly gonna be just cleaning out the rest of the trash. And then we'll start tearing stuff down, start rebuilding new, and let you guys follow along. And hopefully there'll be some people out there that really enjoy this kind of stuff. So I grew up doing construction with my dad, and so this is kind of second nature. This is kind of what I really know, almost more than working on cars. So this is kind of right up our alley. So it should be pretty cool. I think it'd be some good content. All right, so kind of the first thing I want to do is all of this that we know is good, we're going to keep. It's either going to get rained on, or I can't have it here because I keep the Cummins Swap square body and our Polaris Ranger in here. So I guess I'm going to move all this over to the chicken house, find a place for it. So I'm going to start here, finish cleaning all this up, so this is all done. Then I can move over to the room and start working on that side. So kind of want to finish this side completely before I get to that side. All right, so I got all that cleaned up and everything, got it moved over to the chicken house for its temporary home. So this is all clean now. And I think what I'm gonna work on next is I'm gonna try to get this organ out of here, start working all the reloading over there, and start getting a lot of this leftover trash out of here. So I'd like to get this room clean today. If I get all this clean and the majority of the junk out of here, then I can kind of start looking at the structure of the building and kind of start going and getting a game plan for what I want to do. So we managed to pick up a piece of little scrap metal. Only had this machine about a week. I already got something in the tire. Let's fix that real quick.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Hear it leaking?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one definitely would have been easier.
Push it all the way in there.
That's probably pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah, see? I don't know what it is. Oh, I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Probably got it right.
It looks like a tiny piece of rebar, but
Yeah.
well, what Kirsten won't know won't hurt her.
Oh.
All right, so as you can tell, we got some progress has been made. Got all that shelves, all that desk down. Still got to get this old organ out of here, but I'm waiting on my dad. He should be here, I think, in a couple hours, and he's gonna help me move this out. We're just gonna burn it because it's no good. But got all this cleaned up. Still got gotta take that board down, and then I got all this stuff, all the stuff that we were keeping that we said was good or worth saving. Got all that moved out of here. Everything off of this. All this is just trash that's kind of been all on the floor, and I got pushed all in the corner. Gonna end up getting a little dump trailer on the back of the Ranger here in a sec, load all that trash out, and then we'll start demoing this, demoing that. And then I got this piece of plywood. Gotta take it down, and all this that was up here, there was a whole bunch of boards with just junk up there. Got all that cleaned up, open. So I'm probably gonna also go ahead and take this old, well, this is just plywood, but the doors right here, go ahead and take all that down, and then go ahead and take this small door right here, go ahead and take it down, get all that opened up, because then we'll be I mean, you can tell all this it's all leaning and crooked, so all this is going to be replaced with brand new framing. So also all this blue and white is, I think, just a bunch of, I think it's just paneling. So all that gonna go ahead and rip all of that out. It's all just here in this section on both walls and on the end wall. Rip all that out, and then we should be good, I think, as far as a good stopping point on the whole cleaning process of this building. And then we'll be, like I stated earlier, we'll be ready to the next phase of tearing all the way back to this floor, tearing all this out, rebuilding new, start rebuilding the walls, and get to the fun part, because the cleaning is the part I don't like. And I don't know if you can see, you really can't tell how thick, but I mean, this stuff is, you know what, let me go to the end here. You should be able to tell on the end. I mean, it's pretty thick, and it's pretty plain too. It's not really any low or high spots. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but gonna overlay it with brand new OSB. So I'm pretty content with the way this floor is as far as structure wise. I think it'll be pretty good, but these two floors here are definitely gonna, just for peace of mind, I don't want to put money and invest time into this and then regret not replacing these two floors here. So, but yeah, so just kind of wanted to give a quick little update, get all this cleaned up, demo all this, demo everything on the wall, demo the plywood up there and the rafters, and I think that's gonna be, it's gonna be about it to the next phase. So I've been trying to just pull this, just pull this stuff off. But I've gotten into these really, really big headed nails, something. I think they're nails, but look at the heads on these things. I mean, that's like a standard nail. And like, look at that. Man, it's crazy the difference. Well, after about, let's say about 5 full days of cleaning and including cutting this tree down and cleaning all the underbrush that was out here, about 5 days total, we've got this all cleaned up. Pretty much about done with the burning since I've got the building all cleaned up. So we'll be ready to start cleaning this pile up, removing that stump, getting this all out here looking good. But yeah, like I said, about 5 days to get all this and the building completely clean. Long 5 days, for sure, no doubt. Which I had some help from some of my family, which was always, it's always nice when you have extra set of hands. But yeah, I wish I had the before video, just a before shot of how bad it was here, and then definitely how bad it was in the room. But yeah, got it all clean. 5 days roughly. Got the toys put back under here for now, keep them out of the weather, and I'll show you all what it looks like in here now. So we've pretty much got it stripped completely down to just the structure, to the good bones, all the just random shelves, whatever, storage, all the plywood and boards are up here. Everything's gone. I got all that fiberglass. The white was actually fiberglass. Got all the fiberglass and the paneling off. Got the shelves out of here. Ended up actually getting our leaf blower, blowing all the dust out of here to get it down to where just not having to keep working in the dust. And you can see a little better now. It's about, right here's about an inch probably. So you can see a lot better now that the floor is cleaned up. So definitely, again, I've said it I don't know how many times already, but these two floors definitely going to be going away, and we'll be rebuilding brand new here. But I just kind of wanted to show kind of what it looks like now after all the cleaning has been done. Got all this out, taken down and out of the way. So it's ready now for phase 2. I guess you could say this cleaning part was phase 1. Phase 2 will be now the rebuilding process. So that's gonna be it for this video. It's been a lot of talking, a lot of explaining. Kind of don't like making videos like that. Rather make videos of me working. But again, just kind of wanted to get a starting point before we start building, and figured this would be a good one to show a before. This is kind of, this is kind of all the before here. That way, once we do all the changes and the rebuilding, we'll be able to see a before and after and see the major difference. So the next video I'm gonna do working on this will be, we're gonna be taking out, busting out the two sections of floor right here, be busting those out. And we noticed this today. We found out, not only talked about this wall was completely broke back here because somebody ran a tractor into it, but it was also completely knocked off the concrete pillar. And you can tell because the ridge line up top and on the outside of the building, you can just tell. And let me see, I don't know if the camera will pick it up very good. Also right there, you can almost see how slanted down that is right there. And it's all because this whole wall has been knocked off that concrete pillar. So probably the next video we'll be jacking this whole wall back up, getting everything ridge line, the whole wall back where it needs to be, because I'm gonna need that wall to be pretty much where it's gonna be for whenever I start building the new floor and fastening it and everything. So yeah, the next video will be more demo. I guess I was saying kind of this will be all the cleaning and demoing, but we're gonna have to demo this, and there'll be more. I know we're gonna have to take these out because I'm gonna have just a pitched ceiling in it. So there will be more demo, but it's more of almost like the rebuilding and the phase of it, not just cleaning. The cleaning has kind of been done. This will be more of the rebuilding part. So yeah, I think it's gonna work perfect. It's plenty of room. I don't have a tape measure. I was gonna kind of measure kind of my rough dimensions inside this room, and then also over here on the shop side. And I don't know if I've said anything, but this here is going to be a full wall. Nothing will be open. The shop will be completely separate from the studio and the gym. I'll just have the doorway here coming in, and then the only way you can get in the shop will be like through the garage door, and then I might put like a side door on that outer wall over there. So this will all be, like I said, walled up. So I definitely, like I said, got to get this wall raised up so we can get our studs, get that walled up, get the new floor in. But that's going to be for the next video. So that's going to pretty much conclude everything for this video. Hope there's some people out there that will kind of be excited about this. It's a little different than what I normally do, like working on trucks or just whatever. But like I said earlier, doing construction stuff, it's like actually second nature. To me, it's what I know more than actually doing mechanicking. So hopefully I think, you know, there'll be some people that will enjoy it. But yeah, I know it's a long video. I know it's a lot of talking. But I gotta explain everything before we get to the fun. So appreciate everyone watching this, and look out for the next video of us starting to rebuild.